What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ARS RaceAffinity.com Clash, Preseason Clash at Bristol. Heat racing at its finest. Just got done talking to all the new drivers, all the old drivers, welcoming everybody back to another season of ARS. And testing out some things with heat races because we got some interesting things going on this season. I got none other than Josh McQuiggan in the booth with me, the guy who helped me set up this heat race. And what are your thoughts tonight, man? Nice. So it's really only going to advance 13. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting then. So the intent was to get 25 drivers into the heat race, but it looks like the way it's going to do is it still putting 20 drivers in each heat? That's unfortunate, iRacing. Be smarter than that. The good thing is that Randy Armstead said he set up heat races before, and he said he's more than willing to figure this out with us and help us get there in the near future. So as you can see, Thomas Green with the fastest qualifying result time at a 14.572. So he's automatically in the feature, which is good and sucks for him because that means he's going to be sitting around waiting for the feature to start. So enjoy your relaxing seat back and watching some of the competition there, Green. And I hope you get to do some real work here in the feature race. Let's see. As we were coming around, let's take this down real quick. We'll pull up some timing stuff. We'll check out some. It looks like right now we're going to be sitting with McClaney. Sorry, we got a bunch of new drivers. I'm going to work on some names. McClaney in P1, Swartz P2, Miller P3, Parent P4. Miller, the sitting champion, the reigning champion of Season 1, is going to be starting in P3, trying to get his way into the grid. Let's see what else we got going on here. That is about it. What you got predictions for Heat 1 there, Josh? You think? A lot of new drivers? I think Cabe is right behind him. Swartz. Is that Jonathan Swartz? That is Jonathan Swartz. So he's a regular. He was from last season, I believe. I don't know if he ever got a full race under his belt, but he was definitely out there doing some things, or trying to do some things. A little bit further back, we got Josh Perrin, another guy that's been in the league for a little while. He is in the Next Up series. We got some smoke on track. Everybody appears to be okay, though. The interesting thing about tonight is going to be, oh, Eric Shields getting a little loose. Let me get you off camera, dude. I don't want to freak you out. Yeah, Jonathan Swartz blinking a little bit. But the interesting thing I was going to say about tonight as we're going under yellow was that a lot of the cars are going to have different numbers than you're going to see during the regular season races. Tonight is about getting the Next Up and Next Gen drivers all together into one clash to meet each other. Hopefully make some new friends, not take this racing too serious tonight, and then move on to the regular season where they can start working with each other. So you may see some numbers out here, some different paint jobs, some different teams that we're not going to see throughout the regular season. Tell me what exactly happened there, Josh. All right, well, these heats are only going to be 20 laps, so we're already 6 in. It's a quick shootout. So I feel like some of the battles are going to be a little bit more aggressive than normal because 20 laps around, as you can see with a 14.6 lap time for McClenny. 20 laps is not going to be that long for him. We will go over to check out this gap and intervals. Get that up there for you guys. Don't care about last pit stops. I don't think anybody's going to be pitting. So we'll turn off those for now. So right now you got still McClenny. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but McClenny out front, Swartz number 2, Nick Miller number 3, Joshua Parent number 4, and Mitchell Bagley rounding up the number 5 in his new Ghost car. New name out there, Chad Adams. Chad Adams is new. Tony Serbo, a regular from last season. Doug Azell is a new name, next up driver. Eric Shields in the pits getting some repairs done. Casey Brown from last season. Rusty Lynn. I got to make sure that I'm not saying from last season just because I know them from another league. So you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Josh. Jacob Blakely is from last season. Kyle Ritchie last season. Christopher Pinder last season. Alex Chira last season. And Andrew Tennell last season. Actually, this split is actually a decent spread between next gen and next up drivers. So I like seeing this battle out here on track. As we get ready to come around to the green flag, we're on the backstretch. We're going to have Cade McClenny take us away, choosing the bottom line. I believe he's in the 0. Yeah, the numbers are matching. He's in the 05 car, going to take us down to the bottom line and get us moving as we head to the green flag. I think so too. Twitch chat, can I hear you? Amazing work. Say hi, Josh. Yeah, you have 0 audio. Let's go to... Bam, Josh, say hi.
Hello, there's another caution out here on track. Big wreck in the back.
You're live, dude.
I'm live this time?
Say hi to everybody.
Hello. Mike doing the greatest work over here. Pretty big pile up in the back going down the back straightaway with a couple cars get into it.
Speaking of the greatest work ever, so this is the perfect time to transition it to you guys. So we do the fun broadcast, kind of the stuff that we're throwing together, the things that we're testing out, the things that we're trying to run. But we actually have official broadcasters that run every race for us. You can check them out at twitch.tv/YJ Media. Your seasonal races will be broadcasted by them. It's got the tag team duo of Max and Art. They know how to call the action. They know how to do all this camera work, all these different things that they want to do. And they do it with ease. And you could truly tell they are professionals at what they do. Me? Not so much. I mean, Josh has been talking to you guys for the past 20 minutes, and you guys haven't heard a word he said.
I'm pretty good at this whole talking thing too, but not so much when you guys can't hear me.
Some of the best action calling that Josh ever had was in the last 5 minutes that you guys couldn't hear him, so I'm fortunate for you guys because that was about the best you'll ever hear.
Yeah, you'll never get anything better. Had a massive wreck in the back, down the backstretch though. We're wrecking on pit road. That is the 17 car, Chris Pinder, in the 14 machine.
Yikes!
Big problems getting to pit road.
Oh, looks like the 12. Who is the 12? Or you said it's 14?
I believe so. Oh.
All right, we'll have to talk about that later.
I'm very intrigued to know what just happened there.
Like I said, numbers don't match. That is Rusty Lynn. Rusty Lynn's one of our new drivers. We'll figure out exactly what happened there. But yeah, it kind of looks like Rusty Lynn came down a little bit.
Very late pit entrance. I think people are confused with the single pit road here at Bristol. Can be very confusing. He was trying to figure out when to pit, and yeah, that just happened.
He did enter pit road illegally. That is the blue line. You're not supposed to enter on the blue line. So.
And then he exited it illegally. So that's.
He's probably got a ton of black flags right now.
We're going down the backstretch here. The lights are out on the pace car here in Bristol, Tennessee. We're on lap 14 out of 20, coming to 15 once we go green here again. Cabe's still up front leading our previous season champion, Nick Miller, on the outside. Leading them off to green, waiting on the pace car to come down pit road. Pulling off right now. Gonna wait for the restart zone, and we're green here in Bristol, Tennessee.
McClenny gets an excellent start. Looks like
everybody antsy for their spots in the back. Sorry about that. Trying to fight for 6th. They're wrecking again. Another caution out on the racetrack. Big wreck into turn 1 and 2. Chris Pinder involved. Jacob Blakely involved. Chad Adams involved. A lot of the new faces. Eric Shields involved in another one. Doug Ellis.
I know our race control right now is probably having a ton of fun with race chat. Oh, there it is right there. It looks like Bagley. Let's see. What'd you do here? Alright, so we got Bagley. We'll go to the, what Max and I like to call the Who Done It Cam, which is the far chase. Oh, he just gets into the back of him. So he runs right into the back of the 57, which gets him loose. It calls him to come back up into him. And at this point, it's just pure chaos. People trying to check up.
There. And people just trying to avoid the wreck, getting on the brakes, not easy with how sensitive they are here. Casey Brown's going to be your lucky dog.
Unfortunately, the 57 is not an actual number on track, so that's what I was telling you guys about with the... it was the 51, and on our broadcast, it's actually labeled the 12. He is crab walking down to pit road here. No fast repairs tonight, I don't think. That's become an ARS staple where we do not have fast repairs, so he is still crab walking out of the pits. Looks like he's going to make it out before the pace car, though, as McClaney is coming around turn 3, I believe. Hard to tell from this angle. All right, so we're sitting McClaney. I tell you what, Josh, you still in here?
I am.
I'll tell you what, man. The thing I like about this P1, P2 right now, and our pole winner, who's got to sit out until the main event, is that
Or Thomas Green.
I think we have 3 of the favorites locking themselves in right now. So McClaney is, I think, going to be a force to be reckoned with in the next up series. I think he's going to get an instant promotion at the end of the season up to next gen. Nick Miller has already solidified his spot by being previous season champion. So he's locked into next gen. And then you got Thomas Green, who finished P2 in the championship. So he is he's already locked into the main event, and I think we're looking for like that maybe 4th or 5th driver that's going to have like that standout finish this year.
I think that a lot of these guys in the next up series look very promising. A lot of potential in that series. From what I was looking at it when I'm inviting people to the next up series through the league page and everything, I've been seeing a lot of high I ratings, a lot of veterans coming up through the next up series, being on the service for a long time. I've seen 10, 11 years. A lot of intriguing stuff going on right now in ARS.
Yeah, I think it's going to lead to some... I think it's going to lead to a really interesting Season 2. Because Season 2, I think both fields are really going to be shook up, and we're going to have some interesting names we've never seen before, as well as some good battles from the regulars.
We're coming off here of our first green-white checkered. We're back green here in Bristol. Cabe leaving them off, your previous season champion on the outside, Nick A. Miller. Side-by-side drag racing down into turn 1 and 2.
I really want to check out the rest of the field, but these two are going at it, man. Side by side, giving each other respect.
White flag in the air.
The race is official. We've got some stuff going on around that back, but Nick Miller is pulling away with the lead, so I don't want to go away from this right now.
Nick Miller, your leader into Heat 1, going into 3 and 4. Cape's going to try to get to his bumper. Not going to get there. Nick Miller
Into the wall.
Into the outside wall, off of turn 4. Your previous season champion going to defend and keep first win of the season here in the Clash.
Excellent finish, man. Excellent finish.
Your top 6, Nick A. Miller, Cade McClanley, I believe that's how you say that. Jonathan Schwartz, trying to get the rest of the field, hold on. Joshua Parent, Mitchell Bagley, and Tony Skirbo going to make the feature.
Let's see if we can go to that real quick. Let's go to Heat 1. We'll show those results real quick. So top 6 should go. So Tony Serbo on up. Tony Serbo, Mitchell Bagley, Joshua Parent, Jonathan Schwartz, Cade McClenny, and your winner, Nick Miller, should all move into the final race. Like we said, Thomas Green is already locked in from the qualifying session. And then Heat 2 should be starting up right now. Heat 2, based off qualifying stats, we got Jared Talmadge in P1. JoJo Sims in P2, Brandon Kiger in P3, Randy Arms in P4, Ricardo Bernal and Magnus Anderson both in 5 and 6. Let's see who we got coming up after them. Devin Galvin, Ryan Tiller, Spencer Burton, William Bowman, Jonathan Dolly, Steven Vidala, Nick Sipple, new name, and Travis JP DeLeon is out there in P14. And I think we've broken it down into 2 heats, so this will be your final heat before the main event as the cars start to pull off pit road. Let's go check out some of this action going on right now. A lot of familiar paint jobs out there, a lot of new ones coming out. Some of these drivers in the Next Up Series very much used to the Next Gen car from last season, which brings me to one of my points. We are a promotion-demotion league. So drivers get promoted and demoted based off of where they finish in the standings. And some of these drivers are down in the Next Up Series and fighting their way back up to the Next Gen Series. Adds a little bit of excitement to it, I think, and also helps keep the field interesting. Not just racing for a championship anymore. You're racing to stay in the stay with your team, stay in the car you like, you know. The interesting thing about the Next Up Series, though, is that it's a multi-class series. So we'll have some truck races, we'll have some Xfinity races, and I think we have a we have a Gen 6 race as well. These guys starting to get ready to come around to turn 4 as we get ready to start back green with the lights out on the pace car.
A lot of bright talent here in the Heat. A lot of familiar faces. We're green here in Bristol, Tennessee for Heat 2. Man, I'm struggling with the Tennessee word.
Jared Talmadge launches to the front, man. Absolutely launches. Brandon Kiger back here in the mix, dropping down to P4, P5 now. We got a fan favorite out here with Randy Arms using that high line.
Somebody who is historically very good on short tracks.
Jared Talmadge still sitting up front.
Bristol last season. So was Jared Talmadge was also very fast. Here we have cars wrecking in the back. That's Devin Galvin who's gone around.
Let's see where Devin is. We'll go ahead and check this out real quick. Devin Galvin. Comes around, just gets into the wall. Him in the 75 of Sipple. Sipple, one of our newer drivers. Looks like he might have just got tight off of the exit of turn 4 right there. Actually, that might even be a little bit of netcode. Let's go check it out real quick. I think this will answer our questions, right? Nope, that will not. You still have race chat on, Josh?
I do.
How's the thoughts of the drivers right now?
We're not really getting anything over race chat right now.
Very good. I'm going to give a shout out to this paint scheme real quick. The number 7 of Magnus Anderson, also known as the number 16 according to iRacing. That thing is got about 16 layers of gloss on it.
A very nice looking paint scheme for that Yenair Autosport driver.
This man, this man has put enough wax on that car to give him an advantage into first place. That thing is shiny. It's
Part of
good.
a new team this season. Magnus Anderson is. Bitcoin Boys was bought out. So
There was bought out for a whopping $1.50, and is now
Canadian $1.50 too.
it wasn't worth a dime. You can see the new name, Yanir Auto Sport. I don't know if that's the team name, is it?
It is correct.
It is Yanir. I might be pronouncing that terribly.
Yanair.
Randy Armson out there in the favorite. Is that Amico? Yeah, Amico car. Snap Cube out
Whatever
there,
it is,
Sims.
it's a lot.
Talmadge up here with his rocket ship race gear car. Absolutely dominating so far. Shot out to a half-second lead right at the beginning. 7 laps in of 20 right now. So far, 1 caution. So far they are doing better than the first heat, as the first heat sits back and watches. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the heats can actually watch each other. So
They can.
I think they are sitting here watching, judging, as we start to
Spencer
come
Burke
around.
In a Little Caesars car. I've not seen that before. It's an interesting paint scheme.
Is it really?
Another very interesting paint scheme out here on track is Ryan Tiller in that YJ Media car. That is their team now. It used to be Speed Zone Esports, I believe. That's now the YJ Media team. Our broadcasters for the ARS Next Gen series.
It is.
Go
And
check them out every Monday night,
Who's that?
starting next week.
That's not him. Is that Spencer?
It's Jonathan Dolly beside Ryan Tiller.
I think it is Jonathan Dolly. All right, so we gotta have a. I don't know how many people are in chat right now, but I'm looking for a favorite paint scheme. The number 7 of Magnus Anderson or the 74 of Jonathan Dolly. I'll let you guys think about that as we come around to the start-finish line here. Pace car jumps
car
off.
pulls off. Jarrett Talmadge leading them down to the green flag. Gets another beautiful jump here in Bristol. Jarrett Talmadge off into turn 1 and 2. Randy Arms pulling up side by side with that pink, I believe, 36 machine. Not tell who that is.
That is JoJo Sims.
A new driver to the ARS
Absolutely
league.
dominating that high line.
I believe recently joined the Next Up series, like right before this race.
Here's your next big battle. This is for P3 right now. You got Randy Arms, Magnus Anderson, and Brandon Kiger all battling each other.
Remember that P6 position, very important here, getting yourself locked into the feature of tonight's race. Currently held by Spencer Burton, trying to put some gap in between him and the car behind.
Appreciate the follow there, Derek. Magnus Anderson starting to lose some space on Brandon Kiger right there. Let's go back up to JoJo and Randy Arms, though. They are really hashing it out right now for P2. Jarrett Talmadge absolutely put in work in the offseason, man. He is flying around this track. Bristol might just be a favorite for him. JoJo Sims starting to pull away from Brandon Kiger as Randy Arms
Sorry
has...
to cut you off. Yeah, Randy had a huge moment, got very sideways. I'm not sure if that thing's going to be broken. He got very sideways into the wall, I believe.
He's still wobbling.
He's now into that 6th position, under fire from that
Nick Sipple.
75 machine right behind him.
Nick Sipple is coming around. Can't really catch Randy right now. Randy seems to have gotten everything under control as he catches up to Spencer Burton. He definitely does not want... He's still wobbling, though, through the track. He's going to try the low line. We'll see how this works out for him, if his tires are burnt up or not. Not going to be able to get the move out there. Jarrett Talmadge way out front up here. I can actually pull up the timing tower if I was actually helpful. He is almost a full second ahead of JoJo Sims, who is almost a full second ahead of Brandon Kiger.
A very spread out field in Heat 2. Very different from what we saw in Heat 1.
Spencer Burton and Randy Arms, though, fighting for the last spot. Jonathan Dolly in P7, not quite there yet, but he is passing the 75 as the 75 loses a bumper to the wall.
They're trying to get everything out of their cars right now, trying to go catch Spencer Burton and Randy Arms, who are currently battling right now for that 5th position. If they continue to squabble here on the final lap, maybe something could happen and these guys could get back into it.
This is
But for
the
now,
battle to watch, though. Randy Arms has pulled it away. I think Spencer Burton has said, you know what, I'm locked in. I'm just going to hang out here. And Jonathan Dolly does not have enough to get back there in time to lock himself in.
Win your second heat race. Big improvements from last season, it appears.
Man, so I need to shut off, as we wait on the main event, I need to shut off Steam notifications. Everybody can see Sam is currently playing Hell Let Loose. Have fun out there, Sam. Win the war for us.
Would we like to take a 10-minute break here while we're in between races? We have a 10-minute warm-up before the feature.
Yeah, we'll let the drivers get out here. I'm curious to see what this says right now. If I go to warm-up, I believe all drivers are in the warm-up, but the feature, it's not going to show me it until we actually get to the feature, so we'll let them do their warm-ups. We'll take a break. We'll come back here in just a little bit as all these drivers get their skills honed in and figure out what they liked and what they didn't like and get lined up for the main event. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, welcome back, everybody, to our feature event. As you can see, there's only a minute 20 left of warm-ups. And on the screen right now, you can see I have our fundraiser up. I got to plug this one time. Like I said, this one's going to be broadcasted by the professionals, twitch.tv/YJ Media. This fundraiser race is open to the public, so feel free to send the invite out to your friends. It'll be under hosted lobbies. It's $10 to get in. It's sponsored by BarkBox and Dude Wipes, as well as, I'm not going to release a sponsor name yet, but we might have another sponsor in the works, another pretty big sponsor in the works. We're talking to them right now to see if they want to do the fundraiser, if they want to do the season. It's going to be a choice up to them. But if they decide to do the fundraiser, that'll be more prizes for everybody to get in on, which means we'll actually have more raffles to give away. Every entry is an automatic entry into the raffle prizes, as well as you can increase your odds by buying more raffle prizes if you want. This all funds the league, so the money we raise for charity can just all go to charity, and we don't have to worry about funding the league or anything like that. The fundraiser is just so we can keep the lights on, keep the broadcast going, and all that good stuff. As we start running down out of time, let me see if I can get this minimized for you guys. And we start from warm-up over to grid.
On the feature, the top 25 into the feature, I lied to everybody that's in the broadcast right now. iRacing was telling us that there'd be 6 advancing from each heat plus the pole winner, but it appears it took 12 and 12, and then the pole winner, and then plus the select few. I'm not quite sure how it worked fully, but yeah, iRacing shenanigans.
iRacing figures it out on its own. It's kind of smart, but it's not smart in like projecting the numbers. So, man, what a perfect start to the Clash. Josh knows me well and knows I love a good storyline, and the storyline is currently sitting P1 and P2. Thomas Green, who finished second place in Season 1, is currently sitting on the pole, with the champion of Nick Miller currently sitting P2.
With some last lap shenanigans there at Las Vegas, you guys can go check that full race out at the YJ Media YouTube channel. But
it's got almost 3,000 views. It was a great race. Great battles.
The last lap, Thomas Green battling with Nick Miller's teammate. Got into each other, causing them to get loose. Nick Miller almost got wrecked in the background. He came past Thomas Green as he was sliding through the infield, and a crazy turn of events on the last lap. Nick Miller scoring the Season 1 champion. Thomas Green coming up short due to whatever happened.
Well, and keep in mind, like, the interesting part about it was Thomas Green and Nick Miller were the only 2 drivers left in the championship.
Yeah.
Drew Jawad got wrecked out, and then through some retaliation got himself taken out, and then
taken out for the Clash too. So.
And then Justin L. Johnson got wrecked early on in the race and was out of it. Tried to get repairs and come back out and got wrecked again. So it really came down to Thomas Green, Nick Miller. Thomas Green had it locked down up until the very last second, and man, what an intense race that was. Like we said, youtube.tv/YJ Media Group. You can check out that entire race, almost 3,000 views. You could really forward about 50% through 50% of the race and watch just the last half of the race, and you will get a great show.
It was very entertaining. That race was great.
Yeah. So as we start coming around to the starter cam, everybody starts launching. We got 25 drivers battling it out. Everybody moves into turn 1 and 2. Turn 2, Thomas Green and Nick Miller both at the top of the board. Nick Miller going to come down for the block.
New leader, Nick Miller, previous season champion as well, starting off just where he left off last season. Much shorter race here than what we usually do. This 50 laps here around Bristol, which will fly by, especially if we have a lot of green flag laps. You want to take every position when you can. Probably not going to be very much give and take. We're side by side for second place right now.
And like I said, I wanted to see the Cade McClenny, a new name in the league. New name going to be out there. We can start getting you guys some standings up here as we go. JoJo goes... No, is that not JoJo?
That's Thomas Green who hit the inside wall. Your pole winner did not get to race in the heat. no experience racing around a big group of cars like that. Hit the inside wall. He
Early
saved it.
Ryan Tiller.
Now wrecking.
Ryan Tiller, we got up into the wall a little bit. Let's take this back just a tiny bit. We wound up catching that just by watching Tom's screen. It looks like right here he's got Jonathan Dolly on his inside. I believe that's Spencer Burton in the Little Caesar car on his outside. And he
I
just...
do believe.
Oh,
I think Dolly came up off the corner trying to get a nice straight exit, coming back up to the wall.
that's exactly what it looks like. Let's get this view right here. No, it might be just a little bit of a Spencer Burton hitting the gas. Ryan Tiller trying to check up a little bit for that gap coming in.
I'm not sure. It's really hard to what happened.
Yeah. Really just a tough situation in right there, so... Ryan Tiller doesn't look like he's too bad off, though. He should be able to get this car moving, get back out on track. No real threat of going a lap down or anything like that. We've got Nick Miller sitting up here in front. Jarrett Talmadge in P2. Jarrett Talmadge and his rocket ship tonight is just dominating. New name that's I feel like we're going to be hearing a lot this season. Cabe McClenny sitting up in P3. JoJo Sims, another fast car out on track, sitting in P4. And then Jonathan Swartz is currently registering P4. We'll see how it cycles back around. Yeah, I think the standings are still getting updated because some of the names are right out of order. I think everybody's still cycling around listening to what iRacing's saying as iRacing gets the order readjusted. But Nick Miller, season champion, defending champion of Season 2, is going to be sitting up here in the front position. His, oh man, I don't want to say nemesis, but Thomas Green, going to take it into the pits and get this car looked at real quick, make sure there's not too much damage.
I do want to give a shout to Travis DeLeon. He's been sitting in this channel for a while. I don't even think you noticed it, Mike. I'm not even sure if he's here right now, but he is. He is.
Travis!
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. Eating a...
Hey, you're live.
just sitting here, dude.
Oh, man. How did Heat 2 go?
I have no idea. I think I was outside at the moment.
Oh, so you missed Heat 2?
Yeah, I loaded in and I had to go outside and do a few things. And I came back in, I took a shower, and then I hopped on.
Good stuff, man. Well, you probably could have made it. Because it looks like iRacing advanced 25 cars, so.
I was contemplating it when I got home, and I was like, man, I'm not rushing around. So I've been sitting in here listening, watching.
Dude,
Did Tiller quit?
No, Tiller is still out here, I believe. Let me see if I can find him real quick. He is back out on track.
Is he?
Yeah. Got a little run into Spencer Burton, who is currently out. He has hit the escape button. Alt F4 the race. Lights are off on the pace car, though, as we're coming back around.
Nick Miller choosing the top.
I'm telling you, though, the guy who is impressing me so much so far is going to be Jarrett Talmadge.
Yeah, he seems to improved a lot over last season. A lot of pace in that 91 machine. A new number change as well, starting on the inside of Nick Miller right now. That is your second position as we're green here in Bristol. Nick Miller, great jump here on the restart. Heading into turn 1 and 2. Going to come down off of exit. Going to clear Jarrett Talmadge for that lead position. A lot of squabbling going on in the back of the field. Magnus Anderson side by side with Brandon Kiger, who is a next up driver starting this season. Brandon's going to try and run him a little bit high. Magnus trying to get the run off the corner. There's a huge battle in front of that as well.
That's going to be Joshua Parent and JoJo Sims.
Got a lot of side-by-side battles here throughout the field. JoJo Sims and Joshua Parent, those guys are both next-up drivers.
I don't think you could say those guys, because I believe JoJo is a she.
Back check.
do apologize.
Just out here giving these dudes a run for their money. Currently sitting P6 as the caution comes out way in the back.
Somebody called it wrecking out.
Don't quite see where it happened yet. I got Doug Azell going kind of slow down track. Let me see. Yep, found him. Doug Azell, one of the new drivers of this season. He comes around. Oh, just gets loose into the 75 of Sipple. And unfortunately, I think Ryan Tiller got a piece of that action too, right at the end. Locked it up. No real arc brake in there. His tires were not moving. He was just sliding.
Well, crawling around the track right now, waiting on pace car.
Nick Miller coming to a standstill.
Talmadge is getting some serious runs on him.
Here comes the pace car as it comes around. Easy to find with the drone cam. What'd you say about Talmadge?
He's getting some serious runs on Nick.
He is. I'm telling you, Talmadge has been super impressive in his heat, winning by almost a full second. And then this race as well, currently sitting P2 and giving Nick a run for his money.
His exit speed is unreal. I wonder how long that can hold up, though.
Yeah, because that's the thing right now. 50 laps at Bristol. I'm going to say tires aren't really a concern.
Yeah.
I was doing some testing here at Bristol last night with the team. It appeared that after about 40 laps, the tires only got to about 90%, and that was, well, pushing decently hard. I wouldn't say tires matter all that much here. You can save a little bit better than the other guy and get them very late into the race, but I don't think it'd be all that worth it.
Sam says I sound robotic. I don't know if somebody can validate that real quick on the broadcast. Let me check real quick. Validate that real quick on the broadcast. Let me check real quick. Validate that real quick on the broadcast. Not sure, to be honest with you. You guys probably heard myself repeating myself because I turned up the broadcast real quick to hear it. It doesn't sound robotic on my end, so I'm not real sure. Yeah, I know, Havoc. Havoc said this sounds like there's two of you. That's because I was listening to myself real quick to make sure I didn't sound robotic. Do you still hear two of me? If you do, that's an issue.
Sounds robotic. I can hear it.
You can hear two of me?
No, I can hear what they're saying about the robotic.
All right, how about now? Tell me how I sound now.
Better.
Is it better?
Yep.
Nice.
Alrighty, awesome. Nick A. Miller, though, she's
Shut
in
up,
the
Josh.
bottom lane for... Okay.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wow. I'll just... Nick A. Miller choosing the bottom. I'm very insulted. This guy over here just ruining everything.
This guy.
League owners and their pride, man, I'm telling you. Face car makes that hard left on a pit road. Nick Miller going to lead them to the green. Off. Another great restart for Nick A. Miller. That's insane restart speed here for that 20 machine.
Cade McClenny goes ahead and takes P2 away from Jarrett Talmadge as he goes up to block. Jarrett Talmadge gives him a little bump into turn 3 and 4.
Caution.
Caution's going to be towards the back a little bit. We got Tony Serbo sideways. Jonathan Swartz slow, but looks fine. It looks like Tony Serbo is going to go ahead and tow. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what happened here. I think he got stuck on that apron right there at the end. That's why he had to go ahead and tow. Oh, it happened in front of him, though. Looks like
Ryan Tiller again.
Ryan Tiller gets tapped by the 58. And like I said, the numbers really don't match tonight. Actually, they do for him. That's going to be Jonathan Swartz, which I believe might be a teammate. Just gets up into him. Almost takes out that 29.
No. That's a teammate.
the 29 Josh McQuiggan car, also known as Ricardo Bernal. Let's see. So that gets into them, and it looks like he makes it around just fine. But then something happens here.
Ooh.
Just gets pushed down the straightaway. All right, so 59 does come up, self-clear off the nose of, I believe that's none other than Tenold, maybe? That might be Galvin. And just gets pushed down the straightaway.
It appears to be a TGR driver.
I'm trying to remember all the paint schemes that everybody's posted in our Discord. If you guys want to join our league, you can go over to raceaffinity.com, click the join our league at the top of the page. It'll take you to our Discord. You can come in there and just hang out if you want to. Just say I'm just here to spectate.
Would like to. Sorry, Michael.
No, I was just gonna say they can hang out, talk to the drivers. You won't have access to all the channels, but you can still come in and hang out. And that's where you'll get to see a bunch of like these season 2 paints that have been posted. That's how I knew that was the Dollar General car. I knew it was a TGR car. I just didn't know who was driving it. But that is Devin Galvin. No real changes up front. Nick A. Miller in P1, Cabe McClenny in P2, Gerald Talmadge P3, Joshua Parent up in P4, and I think that's a change from him and Sims in P5. Magnus Anderson, who so far has won
the Truck Series champion in 7 races.
I was going to say, we only have one vote from Wicked PR Guy 87, who said Magnus is my pick for the paint of the night. So, I mean, if it's only one vote, man, you win. It was
winner by default.
I'll tell you what, we'll give you guys till the end of the feature to put in your votes. Right now, the choices are really between Magnus Anderson and Jonathan Dolly. Got a pretty sick paint scheme out there. I know some work was put into the YJ car, so I'll throw Ryan Tiller into the mix. Number 23, Ryan Tiller.
29 car is pretty nice, too.
I will throw in the 29 right in front of him, the Yenair Air. But right now we're going to come back around to green, so...
Self-promotion.
Michael, can I get your opinion on chicken nuggets? Oh. Absolute cesspool of meat is a chicken nugget. All the pieces of the chicken you don't want to eat. I'm not going to get into graphic statements of what you're eating when you put a chicken nugget in your mouth, but...
Nick A. Miller going to lead us to green here. Going to get off of that subject. They are side by side, almost door banging. Nick A. Miller, great fire off. Looks like he got a little bit of wheel spin. Cabe sticking with him for the most part. Going to choose the high side here in 1 and 2. Going to almost get back to that rear and Nick Miller. Contact made between the two. Wrecking in the background. Big wrecks. Caution is out.
Caution's out. Cars all over the place. William Bowman just skating through it.
The 7 machine of Magnus Anderson involved, Mitchell Bagley involved, Ryan Tiller involved in another accident.
William Bowman, hold on, I might have to get a cockpit view of this. This man skated through the middle of this wreck.
Carter Bernal.
Oh, we're gonna have to go back further because there's more wrecks happening in front of him. All right, let's check out. I think William Bowman got the full action of every. Oh my gosh, there are just cars all over the place in front of him. We'll go real time here. Nice checkup. He's kind of watching what's going on. Car to his insides, car to his outside.
I think there were like 4 different wrecks that happened there.
A ton. One wreck that did not happen, though, William Bowman. Excellent wreck avoidance. I believe we're checking back up for the pace car again. We'll go through the field real quick. I don't really see much damage. We had some big winners out of that, as I'm starting to see some new names up front. Devin Galvin looks pretty clean. I don't think too many people, while it was a multi-car wreck, multi-number of wreck, as we have stuff going on over here with Mitchell Bagley. Not exactly sure what's going on here.
Damn, I thought I was muted.
One thing we are big on is retaliation.
Oh, it may be the Clash, but that's still not acceptable.
And that might be on both drivers, man. We have some bumping going down the track.
Maybe some retaliation.
Magnus Anderson comes into pit road. Mitchell Bagley is checked up. I really don't know what's going on here. And then he tries to get around, and then Mitchell Bagley just takes him out. All right. Interesting to say the least. We'll figure that
Mitchell
out during race review.
Bagley looks like he's done for the night. To answer a question in chat from my own father, hello. Chris, I will be racing at Daytona. That'd be next week, streamed by YJ Media.
And I'll tell
I
you
am
one
suspended
thing.
from the Clash, so I cannot race today.
He is suspended from the Clash due to some storylines that developed at the end of season 2. And he also has an EOL to start the Clash, him and Drew Joie. But that is
Daytona.
nothing when it comes to really to Daytona. But they will have to fight through the field, which can be pretty devastating because that's where the wrecks tend to happen. So yeah. But I do know Josh has something to prove this season, and I think he's going to come out there showing that he can do what he's out to set. If that makes any sense. Sometimes I'll just say words, and they don't really make any sense what I'm saying.
Well, you're also just like putting words in my mouth. Pace car is off pit for pit road. Nick A. Miller going to lead them off to green again. We're off. Nick A. Miller, another great restart here in Bristol, Tennessee. Leading them off into turn 1 and 2. Cave under a little bit of fire into turn 1 and 2. Going to pull away a little bit, getting to the back bumper of Nick A. Miller into 3 and 4. Coming off of the corner now. Running that high line a lot better than Nick is. Andrew Tennell goes around in the back.
Whew. Not good. Not good. Let's see exactly what... Oh, looks like it might have been a clear... No, it's a mutual. No, it's not even mutual. It's 75. Looks like Nick Sipple, who's currently sitting still in P10, gets loose. Just one of those loose things, man. As he's trying to straighten out, hits the rear end of the number 45.
Another
Sipple looks
caution.
okay. Whereas Andrew Tenold is down pit road. Maybe get some fresh tires on there. Hopefully the car's okay. It doesn't look like he hit the wall too bad. Judging by the damage on his car, he looks to be fine. As the sun starts to set at Bristol, temperatures on the track start to change. Different lines may open up for different people. But still, your feature is still showing. Nick Miller up top, Cade McClenny in P2, Jarrett Talmadge P3, JoJo Sims P4, Brandon Kiger P5. And that'll round out your top 5. You can see the rest of the top 10 up there. A bunch of names have popped up that are winners, favorites from last season. We got Randy Arms in there now. Joshua Parent, who's in the Next Up series, I believe. Yeah, I think Joshua Parent is in the Next Up series. Nick Sipple, new name. Jonathan Dolly, winner from Talladega last season. And Alex Chira, who is also from Season 1. Bagley said...
I don't know if you can read what he said.
Bagley said there was some beef on the track. Okay. All right. Keep the beef off the track. You and Magnus both.
The professionals are in chat. Look at that, YJ Media.
Can't believe y'all took our jobs. Well, I'm not good at it. I know that's probably art typing.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is. Max doesn't go on that account and type in random people's chats.
And to be fair, I've plugged you guys like 10 times and called you professionals.
Yeah,
So
we've been screaming your praises. Don't come in here and insult us.
lights are still on the pace cars. We're still single file as cars start to figure out their lives. Wondering why they decided to come here on a Monday night for a clash. I'll pull this up
Nick
one more
Miller.
time. ARS fundraiser
Gonna
race, August 12th, 1 p.m. Talladega 500, $10 entry, free bunch of prizes to give away. You do not have to win the race to win prizes, which is probably one of the coolest races out there right now. You can literally just show up, run in the back of the pack, and win prizes. Like, I don't know. To me, it's worth it. $10, nothing. Nick Miller, Cade McClenny, P1, P2, gonna take us off. JoJo Sims, who's been up front all night long in P3 with Jarrett Talmadge right alongside her. We're gonna go green.
Nick Miller backed up a little bit, got a pretty good jump here. Cabe going to stick with him for the most part again. Same story as before, going to try and wrap that high line, going to get to his quarter panel side by side for the race lead. It's the wrecking in the
22,
back. That's
Kiger.
Joshua Parent who's gone around. Again, another big crash. Jonathan Schwartz in it, that 29 machine of Ricardo Bernal again involved.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy's right. This is Joshua Parent right here. Trying to get his car figured out. Magnus Anderson on pit road. Paint job winner of the night. We've got Andrew Tennell back out on track, a little damaged. Let's go see if we can figure out where this all started. I want to say it was the 22 of Kiger. Kiger is not in the 22, though.
47.
So, is that Joshua Parent? Parent is actually driving a car with a 22 on it. So he comes around, gets loose, and then just gets smashed by Kiger. And then this just causes chaos. Who's down there in the 58? That's Jonathan Schwartz. He hits the apron. A bunch of wreck avoidance going on, but cars just go all over the place. I think the 75 is probably done for the night. The 29, which is
Huge contact.
Ricardo Bernal, looks like he might be okay, though.
Ooh.
He might be okay. It was hard hits, but I don't think any toe links were broken. Let's check out his rear chase real quick. He doesn't look like he's... Doesn't really look like he's
on
crab
pit
walking or
road.
anything.
He might be done for the night. He's on pit road.
The car is turned off right now. Let's see if we can get some repairs done.
They had a meatball flag. I believe that 29 machines tonight is over. But if you do want to see it back on track in action again, come check out YJ Media next Monday night at Daytona for our season opener. Points-wise, going to be a major event. A lot of hype around it. First points race of the season. The 29 car going to be representing net air.
And while you're here, give us a follow as well. We do some random things on this channel. We broadcast a lot of the races that are just super unofficial, like the Clash. The Clash is more of, let's say, meet and greet for all the drivers out here. This is the Clash heat format, which was new for us as well. We'll be hosting the All-Star race on this channel. And as well as the official series, we are going to take our hand in... Alright, we're gonna give it a try to broadcast the Next Up series. So the Next Up series can be found completely on this channel. So any of you Next Up drivers who have turned in right now, this is what we've been practicing for. Give us a follow and hang out here because all of your races will be on this channel. All the next gen races are professionally done. There you go, Art. There's the word again. Professionally done by Max and Art, who are completely well familiarized with calling the action. So yeah, as we come around to 44 of 50 in the feature race, the two names up top have not changed. And one name that started P2 is currently sitting P7 is what I'm registering. I'm showing him P8. But
Gabe,
he's going to
very
take the
good
green.
restart. I'm going to get a huge jump here.
Kind of watching this from the back angle as Thomas Green is hunting his way. He's kind of being held back by this 32 in front of him, the 32 of Alex Chira. But he is hunting. This is a man on the mission as caution comes back out somewhere back further down the track.
Nick Sipple.
Nick Sipple. Sideways. Let's see what happened here.
Just
got loose. Oh, and the 69 of Eric Shields. Just really nothing he could do. Car spinning in front of him. He has the option here. Do I take out all the cars on my outside or just run into him? And I think he made the right choice there. I think he's actually even getting pushed a little bit by whoever that was behind him. How's driver chat going there, Josh?
it's been clean throughout the whole night.
Good. Big rule changes for everybody who's tuned in tonight. Those of you guys who are racers with us, one of the biggest things that changes, we are really strict on race chat tonight. Or, sorry, on race chat for the season. And we really pride ourselves in being respectful to each other. Sometimes track situations can develop into some pretty awful behavior, and we like to keep that off voice chat. We like to keep that as clean as possible, because oftentimes there's so many times where as race control we look at the wrecks and we see that it's not exactly how everybody thought it went down, and the replay shows something much different, whether that's netcode or somebody actually wound up getting loose to cause the entire thing, and yeah, it gets pretty interesting pretty quick with what people think was right and what they think was wrong and what actually happened. I'll tell you what, though, I think we have not seen the last of this name, especially on this channel, because this is a next up driver just showing off skills right now as we go to our first green-white checkered. Cabe McClenny in the number 5 car. I don't know what he's registered as. I don't think he's the 5 in next up. Is he, Josh?
I will inform you here in a second. He is the 05.
He's the
very
number
used to seeing
5.
that number up front.
Dude is super fast. What is the fastest lap right now? Fastest lap actually belongs to Jarrett Talmadge still with a 14.612. But that's not taken away from Cabe McClenny actually dominating this race with a champion in P2. Him and Nick Miller, JoJo Sims, Jarrett Talmadge have not left this top 5, I don't think, once. And if they have quickly made it back. But creeping in right there in the 13 car is Thomas Green, who started P2 and through some unfortunate circumstances wound up falling back to the back. And he has fought all the way back up to now sit in P5. As he pushes Talmadge to close the gap.
For this first green-white checkered here. Very short laps around Bristol here. We might be able to get back to the line before we get a wreck. We'll see.
Let's throw it over to the drone. Let's catch all the action as we come around for this restart.
Cabe gonna lead us down to the green flag on the outside lane, and he's off. Great jump again. The leader seems to be firing off very well here around Bristol Motor Speedway.
Like you said, it's just a short way around the track. As they come around, they're going to take that white flag without a wreck, making the race official.
They wreck after the line, but that does not matter. Cabe and Nick going down the back straightaway for the final time. Next up driver for his previous champion. Nick into the wall, not going to be able to get there. Cabe going to win for his first start here in ARS. Congratulations, great showing tonight.
I don't think that's the
As
first or
they
the last
huge
time
stack up behind.
you're going to hear the
It-
name Cabe McClenny.
It literally sounds like a train derailment.
Everybody, all over the place. Thomas Green wound up fighting his way all the way back to P4. Man, without that incident early on, I feel like, oh man, I feel like that would have been your top 3 right there. Jarrett Talmadge, though, absolute rocket ship all night through all the heats, everything. Let's see if we can catch what actually all went down on that last lap here. Further back, we got Jonathan Dolly coming around. Everybody seems pretty good right here. White flags out. That's where they start going haywire. And then just complete chaos. Complete chaos. That's the beauty of sim racing. You can do that and you're not actually wrecking a $700,000 car or however much they are. Cabe McClenny, though, burning it down. I don't know if he's in a Discord chat right now. Josh can confirm or deny that. Cabe, if you are in the... You're in the broadcast waiting room. Let's get you up in here real quick. Cabe McClenny, how's it going, man?
Doing pretty good now.
Yeah, man, what's up, dude? What first time in ARS, and for the Clash opener, which, you know, for us is just a general shootout. It's not really for points or anything like that. More of a meet and greet for drivers. And you came in here and kind of stapled your name into the ARS system. How was the driving out there at Bristol with the heat racing?
It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun during the heat race trying to get it going. Then caution fell kind of at a bad time for me, and Nick was able to get around me on the restart and have the best one. And similar thing happened to me in the main, kind of lucked in the lap one. I got a good caution, got a good restart, and was able to get around him. But all in all, the racing was pretty good, especially with the front runners. A lot of really quick guys in here, and was a little worried in practice. All the times were pretty good. I was third for a little bit in practice, so I didn't know how good I'd do. But all in all, a lot of fun for the Clash.
Yeah, I will say that's one thing we really enjoy, and a lot of drivers really enjoy in this ARS series, is that we do have a lot of fast drivers here. And you were up there with quite a few of them. A few names from last season that you were up there with are like Miller, Green. They were P1, P2 for the championship last year. So those guys are super fast. You got Randy Arms, who's one of our admins, another super fast dude, who almost wrecked himself out of the heat to miss the main event. But man, it is good to see your name up here, because we'll actually be hosting the Next Up series on this channel. And so that's one of the things that we were broadcasting was, I don't think this is the last you're going to see of the McClenny name, man. I think you're going to be talking about him a lot.
Yeah, I ran a lot of races last year in the next gen, so I've kind of gotten used to it. But I think truck and Xfinity, I think I'm better. I don't know. It depends. We'll see. I like the next gen. It drives all right when you get a good lobby like this. But yeah, I'm excited for the truck and Xfinity. That's going to be fun. And seeing everybody in there and trying to work my way through the ranks and see where I end up, hopefully by the end of the season at the top.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you running the race and you in the top 5. Just good, hard, clean racing, dude. And I look forward to seeing what you do the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for putting it on.
Yeah, man. We'll see you.
See ya.
Nice guy.
Nick A. Miller up here in the booth. What's up, man?
What's up?
How's it going, dude? How was the off season?
It was an off season. Wasn't really anything going on.
So, how? My first question, I've got to get this out of the way, dude. So, not many people know this, but I sent you a trophy. I sent you a 3-tier trophy, and you immediately sent me a message and said, "Hey, man, do you know this thing comes disassembled?"
Yeah.
How was putting together the trophy? Was it a pain?
It is built. Maybe it's me and my dad. We worked on it last week. It's kind of funny because my dad had like a little brain fart moment. He was like, "Ah, shit, they they forgot a part. I was like, you're joking, right? And then like it's like 5 minutes went by, and I was like looking at it. I was like, Dad, you're like on top of it, like you're sitting on the piece. And I was like, he's like, oh, he's like, oops.
Well, good man. I'm
It
glad
was-
we could help with like some father-son bonding there with putting together a trophy.
yeah.
So what'd you think of the competition out there? You're coming out here in season 2 to defend your title in the next gen series. How to go out there? Really, all the drama seemed to be behind you guys in this race. It was more middle pack. But how was the racing up top? How was it racing with McClenny, a new name in the series? Talmadge, who seems super fast this season. Green, who fought his way back up. You got JoJo Sims up there. How was the racing up front?
Yeah, I mean, I got my restarts down, I guess, for the season after today, so that'll be good. I think I'm not really. I don't care too much just because it's a clash. I wasn't gonna really say anything, but I feel like I'd probably win that race if the rules were being followed. But I know the one restart. I think the one where Cabe got me. He was like a whole car length ahead of me before I even hit the gas. So I know that's not allowed in the season. And then that last restart in the green white checkered, he uh he went before we were even in the restart zone. So
Hey,
it's just a clash. Oh well, who cares?
that's the
But
beauty of the clash, though, man. That's what we're all here. People can learn the rules that we got, the different rules for choosing the lanes and everything, which I'm sure was new to some people. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
glad.
that being said, we choose code when for ARS.
Uh, hopefully soon. I see it in so many other leagues. I see it in FTF. I see it in Rodcar. I see it in so many other leagues where people are doing their own kind of choose cone. And I know Josh and I have talked about it a few times, as well as the other admins. And maybe not season 2, but we may be able to nail something down for season 3. I saw it going on in FTF a few races ago, and I'm not sure quite how they do it. Is it like a turn 1 thing?
Yeah, so I can explain. It's really they just pre-race. They'll have like the driver meeting or whatever. They'll just have someone go out. The admins will look for a spot that's good enough. Like, okay, we can decipher a lane on the bottom, a lane on the top, and then they'll just screenshot it and then put it in the Discord chat, and everyone can see where the choose cone is. And then it's on the driver to keep speed and pick their lane. It's honestly
That
not
actually
too bad.
sounds super easy.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That sounds super easy to do. So yeah, we might be able to work something out for season 2. I know one of the other leagues I'm in, they do the pit road exit, the blue cone.
Yeah.
That's actually what Corbin's talking about in chat. And the only downside to that is some tracks, the other side of that cone is grass, and it
Yeah,
leads
it
to
really-
chaos because people will
it
hit the
really-
gas.
It really depends. Honestly, I mean, I can always help you, especially with just me being in FTF that I have an idea already on how to set it up.
Yeah, man, we're definitely gonna have to look into this. I love the choose cone idea. I wish iRacing would just implement it already, but waiting
Yeah.
on that is like waiting on the rain feature to be added. So
All for it to probably be a bust.
Yeah.
Just like the racing is now. So
yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, good seeing you out here again tonight. I'm looking forward to watching you defend this title. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody come out in the next gen series to battle their way back to the top. And glad to see you up there in P2 holding strong still.
yep. Thank you.
Yeah, man. We'll see you. Magnus Anderson, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
What's up, dude? Did you hear the award you won tonight?
Oh, what I won the award for?
Worst driver.
Worst
Worst pit road driver. No. You won the award for. There was only one vote, so let me just
There were
preface it
two
with
votes.
that.
That United air car got a
no.
vote. Havoc voted on the United air car. I saw it.
So you won the best paint scheme of the night.
How?
Let's just say you put so much damn gloss on that car that I don't think people could see past it. It was just shiny.
Dude, it was pretty shiny. I mean, I had a good paint scheme set up for Daytona, and the file went corrupted, so I just kind of like threw this together with some of the logos that I had for a late model paint scheme that was a throwback for Mid South, which they also have cone, but they do like a cone car with like a Legends car. Pretty interesting, but yeah, sweet.
Yeah, man. So congrats. There's no award for it. Like I can print your certificate if you like.
I need a trophy for that Truck Series championship.
That's happening.
We'll have to work on that.
we
What truck series?
I'll
We don't
send
even have a
you-
truck series.
we did.
What's
I'll send you a cardboard box with glue and tape, and that will be your trophy.
Can you at least spray paint it gold for me?
I think there's still a watch floating around somewhere that we might be able to
I'll paint it gray. You can have a gray trophy.
Did you get my angry temperament on pit road in the stream?
We may
We
or may
saw.
not have gotten it.
We saw.
That's a conversation for
worry.
a different. Come
Oh,
on, Magnus. You
I'm
know the
just gonna
rules.
say-
You know the
I know
rules.
the rules. It's a
I'm-
clash. I just want to let him know I wasn't happy. I mean, it seems like every week that kid wrecks, and I don't know. It's a little annoying. I mean, I got loose a few times, but I gathered it up, kept it off other cars. Seems like it's hard for other people to do.
My teammate wrecking on pit road. Great.
I didn't wreck on pit road. I got wrecked on pit road.
I guess
We'll
there's
see.
a.
We'll
I
see how
got
these.
dumped on pit road.
I'm curious because ARS Clash is not really a points race, but you can start to see some of those stories starting to develop, some of those rivalries starting to develop. So I'm curious to see what happens in the near future.
Hey, I messaged Andrew Tunnel. We're cool.
That was one of the greatest stories of last season. Bitcoin Boys versus TGR.
Bitcoin
Well,
boys don't-
hopefully they don't wreck us, this pirates here at Yar Motorsports.
I'm happy to see the new team, man. I'm happy to see the new drivers. I'm really happy to track team stats this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do.
Yeah, we got to beat Triracial, McQuiggan.
Yeah, I suppose we do. I guess we have a rivalry with those team.
You heard it, Triracial. If you're watching, none of you guys were here tonight, so I don't know if you are watching. But if you are watching, Yar Boys or whatever their name is has called you out.
Yanair Autosport.
Yanair
Calling you
Autosports.
I'm gonna throw up a hosted session.
I'm gonna call you
4v4.
guys Yanar Boys for the rest of the season.
Yar!
All right, Magnus, we'll let you get out of here, man. We're gonna get this broadcast closed out.
All right, peace out.
See you, dude.
God bless.
All right, I threw him in the waiting room with Mitchell Bagley.
They can hash out their beef in there.
All right, Mitchell and Magnus, you guys work that out, man. Work on developing your storyline for the rest of the season. Let's see,
Make sure you give a
Travis.
script to us by Monday.
Travis, you got any closing words, man?
I sure don't. I missed half of it, so I watched the end. I didn't get to see the first half.
As you guys can see on your screen, the ARS Affinity Racing Series fundraiser is going to be August 12th. It's a full-length Talladega 500. It's $10 to get in. That $10 gives you a bunch of cool chances to win, or a bunch of chances to win a bunch of cool stuff. Stuff that's been provided by BarkBox. I've got a huge box here from Dude Wipes. That's got a bunch of cool stuff in it, as well as some ARS merch we're going to be giving out. And if we can lock in this last sponsor, I don't want to announce them yet until we can actually confirm or deny whether they're going to be on board. They may be on board for the season, but not the fundraiser. But if we lock them in, we'll have even more prizes to give out. If you got any friends, this is a public race. You can invite them in. Especially we all know how super speedways are. The more teammates you have, the better off you are, especially if we get to green flag pit stops, which usually in a 500 you do. So yeah, it should be a good time out there. Looking forward to seeing everybody come out and race in season 2. And next week, actually, what do we have coming up? So Daytona is going to be next week, season 1. That's going to be over at, type it in now. If you're on your browser, go to twitch.tv/YJ Media and save it as a bookmark, right? Save it as a bookmark because we are going to be over there all season. Your Wednesday night races are going to be broadcasted right here at twitch.tv/Race Affinity. So if you want, give us a follow right now. Not asking you to subscribe or anything. Just give us a follow. It'll let you know whenever we go live. If you want to subscribe, we would definitely greatly appreciate that as it helps fund the league. But just give us a start with giving us a follow. If you like what you see, you can hang out with us every Wednesday when we start broadcasting, as well as we missed it last Saturday, but 2 Saturdays ago, we started a series called Super Saturdays. Super Saturdays are where we throw up random hosted lobbies that are open to the public, complete nonsense, Saturday nights, all super speedways, different race cars, and we just let a bunch of randos come in and destroy each other, and we broadcast it and make fun of them. It's a good time. We have a bunch of admins that jump in there with them and try to survive, and we just pretty much talk crap all night. It is a more age-restrictive broadcast, so if you come over there on Saturday nights, we'll have a little disclaimer up there saying that this may involve some choice words that we don't normally say during our broadcast, but it's a good time nonetheless. Come over there, hang out, and that's about it. I think I've wrapped up everything. Josh, we got anything else we're missing?
No, we don't.
Hope you guys enjoyed the ARS Clash. We will see you all next Monday, August 7th for the season opener at Daytona. Later.